Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are ready to begin the special Pakistan section of our event. So I'd ask everyone to please take your seats. Make sure that everyone has in. We're about to begin. So if everyone could please join us, would be excellent. Thank you for the volume. This is good for me, more important also for the coming guests. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say a few words about the special relationship between the Institute for Cultural Diplomacy and Pakistan. Really, I'm grateful for the last at least 6 to 7 years, I think it was, to have had a very close relationship to Pakistan. Initially, I think a little bit by coincidence. It was actually Ambassador Kamal, who was here, I guess, 2 or 3 ambassadors ago. A very warm friendship where we really just did a lot of activities together. I think he enjoyed coming to the ICD, speaking also with the embassy, speaking with students. And out of that grew really a wonderful partnership, actually, with the embassy. And I must say, maybe out of almost all the embassies in Berlin, I've seen really a proactive approach from Pakistan. Pakistan, I think, is very interested in soft power, very interested in reaching out. And I must commend the efforts that you've had, given many difficult situations in the world, of course, in the region, around the region, etc. Despite all of the challenges that are there, I certainly think soft power is, of course, the much better alternative to hard power. Being an American myself, that also does not go without, is not obvious necessarily for all. And I think it's to be commended. And I think they're really the bridges that you are trying to build with the German people, with the German civil society is excellent. And I think also it's so important, I think especially for a country like Pakistan. I know as well as an American living in Germany for the last 15 years, there aren't so many opportunities for us to actually get to know Pakistan. We see very often very limited things in the media, which give us maybe a very certain image of the country, which of course is not at all the full image. And I think it's always going to be challenging to get that full image there. I always say the best way to get to know Pakistan is to get to know 1,000 people from Pakistan. Let's say ambassadors, musicians, performers, professors, poets. Really, then you have a fuller picture. So that's really how I'm grateful also to the embassy for helping us. I don't think we've had 1,000 Pakistanis yet, but we're getting closer with each of the events to try to show different aspects of Pakistani identity, different aspects of Pakistani culture, which certainly do help us to create a more fuller picture of the country itself, and hopefully to build stronger relations between Pakistan and Germany, and Pakistan and the rest of the world. So I'm really happy to have the chance this evening, in partnership with the embassy, as well as in partnership with one of our students, who is now also on loan, so to speak, at the embassy, Adèle. She's been at the embassy for about a month, as far as I know, and is a great example of also, we spoke earlier about leadership initiatives. As cultural diplomats, we have to be proactive. This is her initiative tonight, and so I wanted to really give her the floor. I think it's a very interesting example of a French citizen working now at the Pakistani embassy in Germany, studying cultural diplomacy and really implementing it. So I think it's a great example of cultural diplomacy from many dimensions. The evening event that we're having tonight is called the following: A Journey through the soft images of Pakistan. So I'd like to invite Adèle to please come to the stage and give us a few words of introduction, unless the embassy would like to say something first, or? Okay. Okay, first a brief welcome from the Embassy of Pakistan, and maybe a warm applause also for the Embassy of Pakistan for the initiative.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amir Khurram Rathore. I am CDA these days, Pakistan Embassy. Mark has said everything, and I just wanted to add that this is not a function of the Embassy of Pakistan. It is a function of an intern of the Embassy of Pakistan. What we planned to do was that we, instead of presenting to you what Pakistan is, we thought that our Adèle, our intern, would tell you how she understood Pakistan in the small time that she spent in the Pakistan Embassy. So this is first of our such experiment when we let people tell you how they feel, how they see Pakistan. So I hope it went very well. I saw the pictures, they were very impressive, and thank you very much. And now I hand over to Adèle, please.
I'm definitely not used to speaking to people, so please bear with me. It's really a pleasure to have you and finally say to you what I have to say to you, and it's been a really great experience to work with you. I will talk about the difference between through your eyes and through meeting people who have a different version and mode of living. Our perceptions of one country is often built through the media, built by a set of images, words, and clever selections. Does this mean that the overall image faithfully represents reality? Does this mean, for instance, that Pakistan is a minority of fairy populace on its borders, that it should be defined mainly by the social issues it's facing? Can we make up our own understanding of one country through new immigrations? My answer is absolutely not, but you probably could have guessed that. Pakistan is its people, its cultural sets, the diversity of its spiritual influences, its traditions, and how they blend with modernity. We must learn to take the social side, full of diversity and differences, and work our way towards wisdom, the wisdom not to generalize. We must seek to achieve truth and to understand others and ourselves. Life follows an uncertain path and strikes unexpectedly. A month ago, a loved one was passed on. Although I just started my internship at the embassy of Pakistan, I was shouldered in my morning by my colleagues with words of hope. There's a happiness of people who was always with me. People may pass away, but they will live. And so today she is. Believe me, time has a lasting impact on the journey that goes with us today in the same way. You may wonder why I'm telling you all of this. Well, I believe that when strangers open themselves to you, or allow you to understand their ways of thinking better, the world of unknown opens for you to discover. I believe that you can learn an immensity of things and shape understanding through the experiences of others, through listening to anecdotes and travel. An American businesswoman, Melody of Strangers, said, surround yourself with people who are different from you. Invite people into your life. Who don't look like you, who don't think like you, don't act like you, don't come from where you come from. And you might find that they challenge your assumptions and make people everywhere. When one opens oneself to an unknown when one opens oneself to a known world, one is willing to let death become inconceivable. But death does not mean in itself, and rather it is the ultimate realization that life should be celebrated. And so, my journey to discover the spiritual life of Pakistan started, and a new world opened to me, the world of Sufism in Pakistan. Sufism is the branch of Islam where spirituality is a matter between God and the believer, and where celebrating faith is in fact celebrating life and constantly outreaching for happiness. More than approaching Sufism as a subset of the Islam religion, I perceive it as a philosophical trend that embodies truth and mindset for love and peace. I started reading Sufi poetry with Masa and many among us in this room will agree with me. You're your thoughts over. The rest of you is going to fire. If you think of roses, you are a rose garden. And if you think of thorns, you're fuel to the furnace. Sufi poetry is a world of powerful imagery, pure beauty, a travel guide filled with simplicity and yet settled wisdom. The Pakistani culture is imbued with Sufi thoughts and metaphorical lessons, filled with colors and values, filled with kindness, to understand the human condition, the human truth, and the experience. The work of the Muslim Sufi is a dervish that moves people to open the heart, explore the mystery of meaning, to search for and try to say the truth, and to celebrate the glory and difficulty in being human incarnation. They seek for unity of being within themselves. You can understand that as satisfaction and happiness, but this is implied by the interaction with others, with the family, friends, or partners. Those, I would call it unity of beings. Did you know that to represent unity of beings, Pakistan don't use locks, as you could see on many bridges in Paris, for instance, but fragments of tissue that tie to structures. Actually, interaction in between individuals is something striking in Pakistani culture. The desire to include, to introduce, to know about the other, to know how they feel. People are proud to talk about their families, wives to tell you how they met their husbands. I met this Pakistani woman who recently got married to a German man. He lived 5 years in Afghanistan and he was quite looking forward to discover Pakistan. I think he must have liked it quite a lot because he decided to be tied to it forever and asked my friend to become his wife. When I decided to organize this photography exhibition, I was looking for photographs that would carry the mystical world of Pakistan, reflect the good heart and the healthy mind. I was looking for photographs that would represent faithfully the cultural capital of Pakistan, where the images remain untouched and do not impose a way of proceeding to the observer. I wanted worshippers of Allah to be in my photos, to be at the center of peaceful landscape, rather than soared on the headline of newspapers. I wanted photographs of fashion for you to see that the French Euro channel may have something to worry about. This is the landscape of images that I wanted to show you, the one full of laughter, colors, taste, simplicity, and yet unconditional beauty. Because telling stories, gathering experiences, and anecdotes nurtures curiosity for what you don't know, and you may discover a world of taste. For beyond the colors and misfortunes, these are the colors in the heart and soul. So there is what the media feeds you, the tragedy speaks without names, the worshippers without faith, the headlines that show you poverty or war as the only thing that the media people in population can know. There may be struggles, insecurities, but it does not mean that the world of reality disappears. Life carries on. People still laugh, still love, gather to eat dinner or drink tea, still create, work, study, or prepare for a bright future. And what's a better way than to let the photographs speak for themselves? They come from 9 different photographers, some of them who are Pakistani people living in Berlin, German people living in Berlin, or Pakistani people living in different places in Pakistan. For most of them, they had no clue who I was, had never met me before, yet they offered all their help and discussed me which photos I wanted to have. When I said thank you to the renowned Said Multiculturalism for, among others, the photos of the children studying outside, he said to me, I did not send you the photos for a thank you. So I asked him, what for then? And he said, for your happiness only. Be happy always. We may know who we are, or we may not. We may be Muslim, Jews, or Christians, but until our hearts become the most for every heart, we will see only our differences. Thank you.
Questions or comments for Adele? Also, maybe you could say a few words about the exhibition that we're going to also participate in and sort of the plan of action, how we can experience it at the end. I guess we have a small reception, but before we do that, maybe any questions or comments for Adele?
Now, after this internship, did you get more attracted to actually visit this country?
Great presentation. I'd like to know why specifically Pakistan? What got you motivated?
And so just before you go, okay, first of all, a round of applause for Adele. Thank you so much.